Today's news. Azerbaijani scientist claims his rights were threatened by Iranian ambassador. Right defender conducts press conference on former investigator. Documentaries co-produced by Armenia and Azerbaijan presented. Baku residents' attitude to parliamentary elections. Azerbaijani scientist Rashad Aliyev, who was in jail for 22 months, held a press conference in Trend News Agency on October 8th. The press coverage of my problem, the demonstration of the shared position by the ruling and opposition forces, had an important role in my release. The main reason for this press conference is my compensation lawsuit against Iran's Elektrostanza company. I will fight until the end. My documents, scientific papers, contracts remain in Iran, and when I asked the Iranian ambassador to Azerbaijan, Bahramur, the fate of my documents, he threatens me with imprisonment again, Rashad Aliyev said. When you consider Iran's refusal to recognize international law, there's little belief in the positive solution of the compensation lawsuit. The official statement from Baku should warn the citizens going to Iran that Iran is a dangerous state. Everyone entering Iranian territory should be aware of the fact that they are not protected by law, Rashad Aliyev's lawyer, Aslan Ismailov, said. Rashad Aliyev also added that about 30 Azerbaijani citizens are imprisoned in Iran under narcotics charges, and they don't want to be transferred in Azerbaijani prisons because of the fact that the punishment term for the narcotics in Azerbaijan is longer. Human rights defender Vidadi Iskandarov conducted a press conference in the press center of the Institute for Reporters' Freedom and Safety on October 8th. General Prosecutor Zakir Garalov's order to ignore mass media and public opinion led to a criminal case not being filed against Goychay District Prosecutor Office former investigator Atflandı Babayev. Babayev was accused of failing to return the corpse of Zumrud Agayev, who died as a result of a serious disease at the age of 17, to her relatives for burial. The corpse was provided after 800 AZN was paid to Babayev by the Agayev's relatives, said Vidadi Iskandarov. Experts, Mirzayev and Irmaslanov, who signed the results of the false autopsy, were not brought to justice. Under the order of the Republican Medical Examination Center Director Shakir Musayev, Amir Slanov was appointed as the head of Zagatala District Department of the center. In his September 24th letter to plaintiff Nariman Agayev, Musayev said evaluated his subordinate's crime as a violation of the instruction they had received in an official reprimand, said Vadi Iskandarov. Who should Nariman believe? His sisters, mother, and aunt, who say the child was not touched, or the false exhumation results of Shakir Musayev and Zakir Garalov? The human rights defender added that the guilty criminal, Atflandı Babayev, will be transferred to a place far from public censure, Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic. A presentation of documentaries on the Karabakh problem was conducted in the Media Center on October 8th. The documentaries were co-prepared by Azerbaijani and Armenian directors. There are 17 films in total, and 2 of them were demonstrated and then discussed today. The first film was called Kaman Chanami. The film was co-prepared by Armenian and Azerbaijani directors and focuses on the role of the musical instrument kamancha. The other film was called Tirselis, which means revival, and focuses on an English teacher in the Azerbaijani University of Languages who lost his eyes in the Karabakh War, Humanitarian Research Society representative Karim Karimli said. Karimli also noted that of the 17 documentaries made as a part of the European Cooperation for Nagorno-Karabakh Conflict Settlement Project, they are implemented by the British Armistice Resources. In addition, British Armistice Resources implemented a project that compared Karabakh residents and Armenian-Azerbaijani relations in an analogical fashion.
What do you expect from the elections?
We expect better living conditions and that the elected parliamentarians will work much better. Everything will be okay.
Will you take part in elections?
Yes, it is the duty of every citizen.
How many elections did you take part before this one?
I took part in all of them.
Thank you. Parliamentary elections will be held on November 7th. What do you think of them?
I will participate.
Did you participate in elections before this one?
Yes, I did.
Do you think there will be any positive or negative changes in the country?
Perhaps there will be.
Do you think the elections will be fair?
I don't know. Only authorities know that.
What do you expect from future parliamentarians? What changes will be there?
Laws for the welfare of the people, economic recovery of the nation, law and education is being adopted, but I am disappointed with that.
Then are you appointed with the current parliamentarians or not?
There are those who satisfy me, and there are others who don't. I see some passive parliamentarians who have never spoken in the parliament. They just get money and sit there.
Parliamentary elections will be held on November 7th. What do you think of the elections?
Nothing.
Have you voted before?
No.
Will you vote this year?
I'll try.
What do you expect from these elections?
If there aren't any falsifications, the elections will be fair.
Do you think the elections will be fair this year?
I don't believe so.
What do you think of elections?
I think the elections must be held in a fair way. 9 million people have been cheated of their fair distribution of pensions. I have over 50 years of work experience. Now I receive a 170 AZN pension per month. A young man just needs to develop himself or take care of his family. An old man spends half of his money on medicine. Money is insufficient. They increase their salaries in every quarter of the year. No one cares for the people.
Do you think there will be any changes after the elections?
I can't say.
Do you take part in elections?
Of course.
Parliamentary elections will be held. What do you think?
Don't film me.
Parliamentary elections will be held. What do you think about elections?
Nothing good.
Yaxşı heç bir şey.